Once upon a time, nearly 350 years ago, there was a guy with curly red hair who liked music. His name was Antonio Vivaldi. We'll just call him Vivaldi. Can you say, "Hi, Vivaldi"? His dad, who also had curly red hair, taught him to play the violin. Together, Vivaldi and his dad traveled around performing violin concerts. Vivaldi had troubles with his health and sometimes felt what the doctors called a tightness of his chest that made it hard for him to breathe correctly. He studied to become a priest, but pretty soon after he started working for the Catholic Church, he had to stop because of his breathing problems. Luckily though, Vivaldi could still make music. He still played the violin, and he made up music for other people to play. We call this composing. He worked at an orphanage where young girls lived. He taught them about music and composed music for them to perform. He also wrote for princesses and emperors. Some people called Vivaldi the Red Priest. Why do you think they called him that? Yep, it was because of his red hair. But lots of times we see pictures of Vivaldi with white hair. Guess what? The white hair was actually a white wig. It looks kind of funny to us, but white wigs were very stylish in Vivaldi's time. One of the most famous pieces of music that Vivaldi composed is called The Four Seasons. I bet you've heard of four seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Vivaldi wrote a special concerto for each season. Here's some music from the Spring Concerto. Doesn't it sound like birds singing? And how about this summer thunderstorm music? Here's an autumn horseback ride. This wintry music sounds cold and shivery. Concerto is a piece of music with one instrument playing a solo while the rest of the orchestra plays along. Can you guess which instrument is playing the special solo part in the Four Seasons? Listen to the solo instrument playing music from the Winter Concerto. It sounds like a cold, windy day. Which instrument did you hear? If you said violin, then you're right. The violin is the highest and smallest instrument in the string family. The other instruments in the string family include the viola, the cello, and the double bass. All of the instruments in the string family play in the orchestra of the Four Seasons. There's also a really neat keyboard instrument called a harpsichord that plays along. Here's what it sounds like when the whole orchestra plays together. For each season, Vivaldi composed an entire concerto with 3 different movements. A movement is just another name for a piece of music. For every season, Vivaldi wrote a fast movement, a slow movement, and then another fast movement. Here's a harvest celebration dance from the first movement of the Autumn Concerto. Let's listen. The second movement of the Winter Concerto reminds us of what it's like to come in from the cold and warm up by the fire. Here's some of the fast third movement from the Spring Concerto. Thanks to our friend Vivaldi with the red hair, we have this amazing music to complement each season of the year. What season are you in right now? Maybe you'd like to take a listen to the concerto that Vivaldi wrote for that season. And make sure you stick around with us here at Clap for Classics for lots more exciting ways to listen to this fun music from Vivaldi.